What's up, Notre Dame fans? We are back with another edition of WOPU Wednesdays. Every week on Wednesday at blueandgold.com, we will be joined by a member of the Notre Dame WOPU Nation. Today, we have Matt Salerno. This is brought to you by Augie's Locker Room, by the way. Awesome stuff there. If you're a Notre Dame fan, definitely need to check out Augie's Locker Room. But Matt Salerno, you are a wide receiver for Notre Dame. Last year, you were the primary punt returner, so definitely got a lot of action in a Notre Dame uniform. But we'll start with some off the field interests. You're majoring in aerospace engineering and in real estate. Those are two very time consuming things, two very intensive things, I would say, to study. How the heck do you have any time to be a football player at Notre Dame when you've got that kind of stuff going on off the field?
Well, thank you so much for having me, by the way. It's definitely been difficult the past 4 years trying to balance all of that. A lot of it comes with, you can't do things by yourself. I've had to have classmates help me, teammates help me, just stay on top of both. It's kind of just learning to prioritize and time manage. And it's been tough, but I think it'll set me up for success later on in life.
Yeah, speaking of that, what kind of got you interested in those fields and what made you decide to major in those things at Notre Dame?
So aerospace engineering, I initially started with that as my major just because in high school I was always I enjoyed math and science a lot more than English and writing and all that stuff. I think my mind just worked better in those areas than uh, like history and English, and so I always thought aerospace was cool. Just more so than the others, like civil or electrical. I thought aerospace would be more exciting. And then with real estate, that's what my dad does. It's what my brother does, and so I've just been interested in that. Always talking to them about it, and so I just decided to pick up a minor there as well.
Well, awesome. I'm definitely glad that you were able to take some time out of your, I'm sure, very busy schedule to talk to us. Balancing football and those things is definitely difficult. But now going on to the field, take us through what it was like being Notre Dame's primary punt returner. I know that kind of puts you in the spotlight in a sense. And anytime that you're kind of the main guy on the field for Notre Dame in any capacity, that's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's definitely been a dream come true for me. It was not something I ever expected to happen. I didn't really return punts in high school at all. We were 1 in 10, so we weren't forcing many punts. Um, the opportunity kind of just popped up for me last year with some guys being out with COVID, stuff like that. It kind of just fell into my lap, and then once I had the chance, I kind of ran with it. And it was just, to be able to contribute in the win versus Clemson, to play in the Rose Bowl, the ACC championship. I think it was just an incredible experience. I was really thankful for.
I know the last couple of years, Notre Dame's punt return game has primarily been fair catch the ball, and then get off the field type of thing. But you had 45 return yards last year. Was there any one return that you remember the most, or just what was it like with the ball in your hands, getting able to try to make a play?
Um, it was exciting. It's kind of one of those things where you get tunnel vision. So once the ball's in the air, I don't really see anything else. I don't see the fans or uh, anything like that. So I think the one return I remember was I think it was Boston College. It was a short kick, so I wasn't going to return it, and then it hit one of our guys and kind of just popped into my hands, and it turned into a 12-yard return. So that was exciting. But yeah, sometimes it can be a thankless job when you're just going out and fair catching, especially close to the end zone. But that helps a lot with field position instead of letting the ball bounce and be downed on the one, and then it's a 99-yard drive. So it was, even though it could have been thankless at times, I was very glad to be in that role.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, like we said, you're also a wide receiver, still kind of looking to carve your niche in the team in that capacity. But we're watching some of your clips right now. And I know a lot of people out there say, man, give Matt Salerno a chance. This guy's got some game. Kind of describe what you bring to the table as a Notre Dame wide receiver.
I think as a wide receiver, I'm very comfortable in the slot. I've learned to find a little niche there, and kind of like guys before me, like Fink or Hunter Renfro at Clemson being a walk on. I feel like I could be a trusty third down guy. Maybe not taking the top off with posts like Braden Lindsay or Kevin Austin or anything like that, but I feel like I can be a dependable player that can help us in third down situations.
What has it been like working with those wide receivers? I know we're coming off a game where Avery Davis out of the slot just had a tremendous game, 5 catches for 120 yards and a touchdown. Just being able to work with those guys every day, what's that been like?
It's been awesome. Like the guys now, especially the guys before me. I mean, watching Fink and Chase Claypool, I feel like you learn a lot more by watching other guys and just seeing like watching Avery Davey release in the slot or just things like that. It's like it's been awesome to be around guys who are always raising up my level of competition and being able to learn from them and get better from them.
Yeah, speaking of guys who probably do that on the other side of the ball, I'm sure Kyle Hamilton is one of those. Just in fall camp, and even if you're getting to go against him throughout the week in practices leading up to games, what is it like lining up on the other side of the line of scrimmage from a guy who, as we've seen, can make just about any play on a football field?
It's a pretty cool experience. I mean, for me, it's a confidence booster, knowing that I'm competing against some of the best guys in the country, and that I know if I'm ever put in a position where I'm supposed to go out in the field and compete for us, that I mean, that'll always be in the back of my head that those are the guys who I've been working against. Those are guys who I've lost reps against, won reps against, and just grown from competing against them. And so it's pretty cool.
So we know that your younger brother, Chris, has also walked on to Notre Dame as a kicker. What's it been like having a brother, suit up in the same uniform as you, and especially one as significant and historic as Notre Dame's?
It's been incredible. At first, it was a little surreal just because I mean he still feels so much younger than me. We're 3 years apart, so it was just strange, like being in college while he's in college. But like during practice, whenever I make a play and he comes over and gives me a high five, um, or running out of the tunnel, looking next to me and he's right there, like just little things like that are it's incredible. And I mean nothing can really replace that experience.
I'm sure your parents have been thrilled to see both of you guys, put that golden helmet on.
Hmm. And saved them a lot of money not going to two different schools to watch games as well.
Right. Well, uh, we appreciate your time here today, Matt. Definitely worth talking to you. The WAPU Nation thing is awesome, and we're really thrilled to be able to kind of shout you guys out and give you guys the spotlight on WAPU Wednesdays. But before we let you go, obviously at the top of this, we mentioned that this is brought to you, you watchers on YouTube, by Augie's Locker Room. Just kind of tell us about Augie's Locker Room. I'm sure you've been there a few times. Just what's going on over there and what Notre Dame fans can find when they walk in.
Yeah, so Augie's is a great spot. Augie himself is a great guy too, and I can speak for all of WAPU Nation that we're appreciative of him supporting us. And I would just say if anyone's ever coming out for a Notre Dame game, I highly recommend stopping by there because like the collectibles, the memorabilia, all the stuff he's gotten there is really awesome. But even more so, just getting to talk to him and hear the stories he has about all that stuff, or just his life in general, is a great spot, and we're super appreciative of him supporting us.
Well, awesome. Again, Matt, thanks for coming on. Good luck the rest of the season.
Of course, thank you so much, and as WAPU, we all really appreciate you putting us on the spotlight.